Welcome back to the channel, Ninjas. F- here with F-TV. And yes, this is another tier list video, but this one has a twist. This time we're going to rank the character based on their fit. That's right, this is a fashion off. Our tiers are Gucci at the top, Versace in the middle, and Coach at the bottom. So here it is. This is the final product. This is where everyone lands on the fashion tier list. Let's take a deep dive though and see how we got here. Let's start with LEWKS. She has the kunoichi fit going pretty well. I like the cutouts for the ears and of course her fluffy tail. Yeah, I'm a sucker for a fluffy tail. This is a solid look and gets a Versace from me. Next up, Armagon. This is a shark in a shark suit. I don't like, this is perfection. Perfection. Gucci, all the way. Baxter. This suit is so over the top. I don't understand the chest piece morphing into these like giant shoulder pads. I do not enjoy this. And him looking like a reject Richard Pryor is not helping. This is Coach. I do not like Baxter Fly. I do not like Baxter Fly in a cardigan. I do not like Baxter Fly in slacks. I do not like Baxter Fly. Coach. Bradford. I'm tempted to Gucci this fit just because of how much he's like Chuck Norris, like the greatest of all time. The sleeves they're just so last century and he pulls this off so well. The gold chain, this is just too good. This is Gucci. Bunnies. This Power Ranger motif goes so hard and it just resonates so much with me. Absolutely Gucci all day, every day. Bunny Bop. I hate every single thing about this, but especially the bells as grenade stand-ins. This is a no. Coach, absolutely. Bunny Rock, somehow not as offensive as Bunny Bop, but I still hate this. Yeah, Coach. Classic Bop. Now this is so much better. The red and black always go together. The proper grenades also pop really nicely. The long mohawk coupled with the shells on the shoulders really round out this look. This is solid. This is amazing. This is Versace. Classic Rock. This is just lazy. It's just some cargo pants and a tank top all in a really ugly poop brown. Do better, Rock. Do better. Coach. The Brain in a Belly Krang is up next. I gotta be honest, I've never been a huge fan of this design. Mainly like the weird antenna on top of his head, and those unneeded shoulder pads just do nothing for me. Coach. Classic Shredder goes hard as hell. It's so spiky and the cape brings it all together. This is masterful. Gucci. I'm going to rank all the classic turtles at once since they're all essentially the same. I appreciate the choice of green that they went with. It really screams Saturday morning cartoon. This entire line is meant to evoke nostalgia and it works for the most part, but overall this leaves me feeling a little hollow. Coach. Dog Pound. Why is his face so big? The mismatched arms really throw off the symmetry too, and the half gi just doesn't work here. Coach. Dr. Rockwell, I'm sorry, but that helmet is wearing you. I can deal with the rest of the design, but the helmet not even being the same color scheme just kills it. Kills it completely for me. Coach. His fish face has a face even his mother wouldn't love. The mechanical legs are okay, but the weird tank attached to his back just ruins this entire ensemble. This is Coach. Hun is one stylish Bruce Lee impersonator. Generally, I'd loathe black on black, but he makes it work. He really does. Pulls it off quite nicely. This is Gucci. Ice Cream Kitty is a cat wrapped in a hideous sweater inside of a cooler on a skateboard powered by a standing fan. Absolutely awful. Coach. Justin. Wow. I can't, I don't even, wow. That is terrifying. Versace. Karai makes Ninja look good. The silver on black works. But she ruins the whole look with that blonde undercut in the back. So, I'm sorry, Coach. Karai Serpent, on the other hand, she takes that serpent motif to a new extreme and she pulls it off. The serpent for hands could have been a little too much, but she makes it work. I don't know how, but she does. The purple on silver shines. This is Gucci. Kirby Bat is an abomination. Coach. Kunoichi April essentially takes inspiration from The Bride and Kill Bill and flips the colors, and while nowhere near as iconic, it works well enough. Versace. LARP Leo. The helmet is trash, so you lose tons of points there, but you make so much of it up with the ducky on the back of your cape. It's just lovely. Versace. LARP Wrath functionally works. Like, it all makes sense, right? We get it. He's a Viking. It's just ugly. Coach. LARP Don. I mean, listen. You're a wizard, Harry. Versace. LARP Mikey is cosplaying as an elf Robin Hood and pulls it off for the most part. Versace. Leatherhead is a giant alligator. He is absolutely terrifying in all the right ways. Gucci. Metalhead is a stylish robot turtle. Extra points for the New York City shell. Versace. Mondo, I like your vibe. He nails the skater look, and the black juxtaposed on his gecko skin pops just right. Versace. Movie Bop. The less we talk about him, the better. Coach. Movie Rock is only marginally better, but definitely easier to look at. Still Coach. Movie Casey is such a basic bitch. Coach. Movie Leo works for me. The least outlandish of all the brothers. Versace. Movie Raph tries way too hard in everything and fails at everything. Coach. Movie Donnie carries way too much on his back. And that visor on glasses look, honestly, it's just redundant. This is Coach. Movie Mikey would be better for me if he dropped the backpack and the sweater around his waist. As such, Coach. Muckman, you gotta give him points for commitment to the gimmick. Honestly, the hole in the middle elevates this to a Versace. Mutagen Bands, Jar Body, and Acid Hands, that's a no for me, dog. Coach. Newt has always reminded me of Fidel Castro. I can't explain why. He just does. The blades on the tail are a nice touch, though. This is Versace. I wonder how different I'd feel if Nick April wasn't wearing jean shorts over leggings and was just wearing one or the other. This is giving like hardcore skater boy vibes, and I'm not here for them. Coach. Nick Bop has a huge head, but I am digging the Tron riff, bro. Versace. Nick Rock is all business, and I like the hammer and sickle to really drive home that Russian heritage. That being said, the colors are completely off. They're all wrong. Coach. Nick Casey has a rather drab color pattern and still looks better than his movie counterpart. Sadly, though, this outfit is still bad. Coach. Nick Shredder went very, very pointy. Like, I'm scared he's gonna poke himself just walking around, and I'm scared he's gonna poke me just looking at him. Too far, too much, no gusta. And yet, give him his flowers. Versace. So once again, I'm gonna judge all the Nick Turtles together because there isn't a ton of variety here. And although they do look like Ninja Turtles, they're kind of blocky, like awfully blocky, to the point where I don't enjoy this too much. This is a coach. All the OG Turtles would be judged at once, since again they lack variety. But this harkens back to the days of yore. The sleek black and white with the eye-catching red. This is iconic. Gucci. Pigeon Pete is one of the most hideous creatures I've ever seen in my life. Coach. This Jabba the Hutt looking calzone walking monstrosity fully commits, and I applaud the effort. Versace for Pizza Face. Pulverizer actually has a decent fit. Versace. Razar doesn't make sense if it came from Dog Pound, because, like, where did the symmetry come from? That being said, I do like it. Although I could do with smaller fingers, those are creepy. Versace. It's The Undertaker! No, wait, it's just Rat King. Honestly, this lick doesn't do it for me. Coach. Shinigami. I could wax poetic about her look for days. Black and yellow is an undefeated color combination, and the sheer bits I think that's what really elevate this to best in class. This is Gucci all day. Other characters, take note. This is the height of fashion. Slash is what happens when a bullied Squirtle decides he isn't going to take it anymore. The jagged shell, the turquoise skin, the mace, it goes together beautifully. Gucci. The snakeweed is another abomination that just doesn't work. Coach. The turtles in space, they're all super dull, and it's honestly like they weren't even trying. This is bad. Coach. Spider-Bites is a weird looking troll, but the look works for him. Versace. Say what you will about his lacking abilities, but Master Splinter is serving looks in this ensemble. The green accessory clashes with an otherwise lovely kimono. Versace. You see, this is what Nick Rock was missing. Black. This look by Steranko it's a cliche, I'll give it to you, but I'll be damned if he doesn't put it off tremendously. The big, burly Russian understood the assignment. Gucci. I can't quite point out the reason, but this design is doing it for me in ways Nick Shredder was not. This is Versace for Super Shredder. The Creep is a poor man's Swamp Thing in overalls. This is a fail. Coach. Tiger Claw is all business. He's a gun-slinging tiger with an eye patch. This is good. Gucci. Is it even possible to be as effortlessly cool as Usagi? Blue on blue should never work, and yet he pulls it off in spades. The ridiculous hat, masterful on his head. Gucci. The Vision Quest turtles are all rather similar, but I will single out VQ Donnie for doing for the men what Shinigami does for the women. This Ghostface killer rocking the purple half hoodie with pizzazz. Brilliant. This is Gucci. Leo's right behind him with a pretty similar look. It's another Gucci. Raph and Mikey are the weakest of the bunch, with Raph doing way too much, and Mikey not doing nearly enough. Both of those are Coach. Zever is another basic bitch boy who needs to go back to 1988 and stand and deliver. Coach. Zach, but not least. Again, I'm into the Tron look. I like it. I even like the Mohawk, which I normally would despise. So, you know what? Rock on, sir. Rock on. Gucci. And that'll do it for the fashion-based tier list. Congrats to all those who made it to the top tiers, and condolences to all those who need to step it up. Thank you for watching, ninjas. Keep it locked here for future TMNT videos. This was Turtles Legends. I've been F-Dash for F-TV, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy.